Yo, how's it going, everybody? Got some more weird gun game for you, and we're testing out some more viewer builds. For the first build, we have a build by Otso22, I think the name is. You want to use the FC 200H barrel, the Bison mag, the Siberia 12 core, the PPSH grip, and the M16 stock. Let's see what we got here. Okay, that reload, first off, is a little long, but maybe you can, Okay, we have a cheater. So this is how people are getting those high kill counts with certain attachments, because they're cheating. Whatever. Weird gun game devs, there's his name. Ban him, please, permanently. Hardware ban him if you can. I don't know how that works on Roblox. Alright, sorry about that, boys. Getting back into testing the build. Yeah, as I said, reload is a little long. Yeah, we gotta get this reload in right here. And my teammates are dumb. They can't shoot the one guy on point. Obviously, we can't reach out too far, especially after the nerfs to this core. Yeah, I really like this build, by the way. It revives a little bit of that range that the old version of this gun has. Get turned on, you're garbage. You can kind of poke out there with this weapon. I don't know why my slide didn't come out, but that's fine. That reload is a killer, man. It really is. But I give the build like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10. So it's a pretty solid build. All right, for the revised version, you want to use the JSG12, the QBZ magazine, the Siberia 12 core, the Chief grip, and the M870 MCS stock. This build does a good job of tackling the main problem of the original build, which is the reload. By the way, did I rate the original build? Did I say 6 out of 10? 7 out of 10? Yeah, about right there. But this tackles the main problem of the reload without really changing much else. They'll still do good damage at close range, and if anything, I think the range got extended out a little further. Like, I don't think I was doing that earlier, and because of the stock I put on this thing, it has a really good spread stat, so it'll probably be a little more consistent at longer ranges, like that right there. So yeah, weapon is very strong. I have some very fucking sweaty players in this lobby, but that is good for stress testing, so I'm here for it. Dang it, man. And I wish I had good players on my team. There was a guy on the enemy team plowing my team with a shotgun. Gonna shoot through that glass, remember? But yeah, this version of the build is a lot more consistent and easy to use. On to the next build. Right, next build is by Meat Merp. I had to show this guy's build again. This guy always cooks. We're using the M1 Grand Barrel or the Fedorov if you want. We're using the FG42 core, the graphics card magazine, the musket grip, and the Dragunov stock. Now for his version of the build, I think he's using the water soaker mag. But I don't have that mag, so I'm using the graphics card magazine. And I mean, that's madness right there, dude. Now, I never had the FG core. Oh, that reload is atrocious, by the way. I think the water gun one has better stats on it for the reload. But I never had this core because I think it was like 500 weird coins. I literally just bought it for the video because I had some stored up, but I won't be able to buy any other crazy weird parts now because I just spent all of them. Yeah, the reload is horrendous. But the TTK is dumb. Actually silly. Did I mess anything up with the reload? No way he would recommend a build with that type of reload. Yeah, this build's very interesting. It kills criminally fast. Like, it is, as he said in his message, it is the fastest killing 5-shot kill weapon in the game. It's just that the original reload is really long. See, I'm already experimenting with another mag here just to see if I can make it better. Hold on, I can cook with this. I'm gonna revise this build, and I'm actually gonna make one of the best builds in the game. For the revised build, I'm a little embarrassed to tell you how long this took me to make, but we're gonna skip over that. You want to use the M1917 WC barrel, the PPSH magazine, the FG42 core, the pistol grip, and the speed coil stock. I once again ran into a situation where trying to compete in that damage threshold just wasn't the play. So instead, I made a very unique type of build that I think I kind of cooked with this one, just a little bit. It has its ups and downs, but yeah, this build's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Now, they did change the speed coil not too long ago to have reduced magazine size, which is kind of cringe, but you can still use it. There's a lot of builds that you can use it for. Now, they did compensate by nerfing the spread penalty by a lot. It used to be like 240, now it's like 40%. So you don't need to negate spread as much when you use the speed coil. The TTK of this weapon is absolutely mad. And you don't have to take 5 minutes to reload. So that was like the whole point of this version of the build. But yeah, the clip size, generally, it's not really enough. I'd like to at least have 50 bullets in this. You could use like some of the LMG magazines, I guess, but a lot of those LMG mags just have really shitty stats, and it would be hard to make the reload work. So this is what I ended up picking. That TTK is impressive. The recoil isn't that bad. You need good recoil control to use it, but it's not that bad. So like just looking at the wall here. Yeah, it's not that bad. I even overcompensated a little bit right there. But yeah, on to the next build. Next we have a build by Sigma Spammer. We want to use the MG42 barrel, the Burton core, the Infinity mag, the Lewis grip, and the Spaz 12 stock. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh boy! This is crazy. Okay, hold on a second. Nah, this guy, I'm not gonna lie, you might have just beat me, bro. You might have just beat him. This is crazy. Holy shit, bro. Yo, what did you do? Now, I will say, if you don't have the infinity mag, then womp womp, shit out of luck. The build probably won't work as well for you. But this is crazy. Do I duck points off for it being pay to win? I'm not going to. I mean, this build is an obvious 10 out of 10. This is one of the strongest builds I've used. Holy. Yo, what is this thing? Yeah, I'm sorry, Meat Merp. Somebody took your crown, man. Holy shit. They took your crown with an asterisk because it is a pay-to-win gun. Wow, man, I am in awe by this weapon. I'm not even sure how you like remake something like this. I don't think something like this needs to be remade. I think it's just 10 out of 10 OP. But we'll see what I can do. Alright, for the revised version of the build, I kind of went down the same route that I went down to modify Meat Merp's build. You want to use the M1917WC barrel, the Infinity magazine, the Burton core, the Lewis grip, and the Speed coil stock. Now, all this is doing, because the build's 10 out of 10, so I didn't have to change too much, but all this is doing is keeping very similar fire rate, but getting rid of a little bit of that bounce that the weapon had, right? Because it didn't have very much recoil, but at very long ranges, you could start to feel like the weapon bounce around a little bit, so all we're doing really is, just kind of squeezing that a little bit. And as you can tell, the TTK is just fine. TTK is just fine. No need to panic about the TTK. So like at this range, I feel like the original version would fall off a smidgen. But you could still use it. I mean, you have infinite bullets, so it doesn't matter. But alright, we got some nerds in this lobby. We got some nerds. I was using a sniper build. I don't see those very often because they're very, very, very mid. And you have to force so much to make it work. But yeah, I won't call this much of a revision. I'll call it more of a preference thing. Like if you truly want the absolute most consistent recoil, then I would go for something like this. But if you just care more about the TTK, then I would go for the original variant that had the higher fire rate. All right, this next build here is by Newbie Cheeto. We have the barrel blunderbuss. The magazine is the breacher. The core is the trench shotgun. The stock is the breacher as well. And if I can find the grip in here, where's the grip? Like buried? Oh, right here, right here. We have the Auto 5 grip. Now I think they gave me an alternative for the Auto 5 grip. Let me look here. I could also use the blunderbuss for the grip, but number one, I don't have it. Number two, I think the auto might be a little bit better in terms of raw stats. Now, unfortunately, this weapon be doing negative damage at its max range. If this thing dealt 1 damage at max range, it'd actually be insane. Oh my god. 120 pellets is crazy, man. Holy shit. I'm not sure if this is the best map for a shotgun, keep that in mind, but damn dude, when you're in that kill shot range, you will get that one shot almost every time, because there's just so many pellets, bro. It's impossible to miss. Oop. There we go. Where are you? Come here. Crazy, dude. Got ourselves a very strong shotgun build. Good, decent little fire rate on it too. You can get that second shot out there in a hurry. Reload ain't bad. Another thing to note, I feel like my movement and playstyle benefits the most from using shotguns. So that is something to think about. Oop. Yeah, I did not have the firepower to deal with that. This old school pistol build right here. This pistol build is crazy. Like just a pocket battle rifle. Watch this. I missed. Don't watch me, don't watch me. Unsubscribe, I'm garbage. Unsub. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Don't watch, don't watch, don't watch. Unsubscribe from the channel. I'm a fraud. See, but I'll give this build a like a. See, I want to rate it high, but its lack of range really holds it back. So I'm actually going to give it a 6 out of 10. Within its range, it's like a 9 out of 10. It performs excellently, but the fact that you have to force close range so hard. Well, once again, that was a longer range map, but you really have to force yourself into those close range engagements for you to actually use this thing. All right, for the revised version of this build, I actually think I went sicko mode with this one. You want to use the double barrel, the Spaz 12 magazine, the trench shotgun core, the Auto 5 grip, and the M870 MCS stock. So this takes everything that the original viewer likes. So they wanted a lot of pellets on the shotgun, so we kept that going. We still have plenty of them, but we extended out that range a little bit so it doesn't like floppy cock at distance. Look at that range, it's a lot better. Look at that, look at that. You could not do that with the original build. Where am I getting shot from? Might be lagging a bit. And I also tightened the spread a little bit. I forgot to mention that the spread is a lot tighter. Look at that. You could not do that with the original build at all. The reload is slightly longer, but this is negligible because it's a one at a time reload with a shotgun, so you can sneak in pellets like any time, really. Get out. Damn, I eliminated the target there. That's wild. Ooh, that little jump right there. I kind of pooped on that guy. Look at that. Very, very strong. Hipfire. Hipfire's pretty good too. Oh my god, dirty. Yeah, this shotgun is very consistent. I like it. Last but not least, we have a build by Nicholas Gold. The PPSH core, the mustard barrel, the P90 magazine, the MAC-10 grip, and the plunger stock. Oh, and I didn't mention this. This person put the PPSH grip on their original build, but they I think they forgot that the attachment mixing doesn't work like that. So I went ahead and slapped the MAC-10 grip on there for them because I'm just gonna assume that they forgot. Yeah, the fire rate is nuts, man. Holy. I'm gonna have fun with this. I already know how I'm gonna revise this build, by the way. Bro, this thing shoots so fast, you might actually like start losing frames on certain hardware. It depends on what type of computer you're using. Well, I didn't know you'd come out here. Look at that. You could probably walk across there if you're not garbage like I am. Build is quite strong, TTK wise anyway. Yeah, but when you start getting out to the longer ranges, that recoil starts to show its ugly head. But anyway, I give this build, I don't know, yeah, 7 or 6 out of 10. Like it wasn't meant to be like a super sweaty build, but I feel like you committed so far into the fire rate route that you kind of like you kind of missed out on a lot more better stats. And I'm going to show you the revision, and you're going to know what I mean. All right, for this next revision right here, I'm actually going to break one of my own rules just to like help you guys out. When you want to make high fire rate builds, please do not ever use the PPSH core. I know it's tempting because it has that slightly higher fire rate, but if you look at the recoil, look, it's not even close. The recoil on the PPSH is absolutely horrendous. I know you can technically squeak out more damage with it, but it's like you're not going for damage when you make this type of build, you're going for fire rate. And the Vector has basically the same fire rate, and you don't have to put so much effort into controlling the recoil or just deal with a weapon that's really hard and shitty to control. So I just think it's so much better to use the Vector core, and you're gonna see that in this gameplay here. The spread is a little... Now I will say the build does fall off at range. It's really hard to use at range, but not nearly as hard as the other build was to use at range. Because the recoil won't make you look at the skybox, and I mean, yeah, that's about it, really. Also, I think the magazine size is bigger on this one, and the reload isn't as long. The P90 mag, it's kind of mid. It's a good way to boost your fire rate and to still have a decent mag size, but the reload takes forever, and the other stats on it are just unremarkable. This guy is such a fucking dork. Get out of here. But that will do it for the video. Like and subscribe, do all that shit, and I'll see y'all later.